Grains is where I was trying to go with part 3 of 1 of 2 plus. I ate some of this, and the word that seems to be the problem is thinking right now. I just can't seem to fucking put the words what I'm trying to say together. Um, Placebo effect. I have a serious placebo effect problem. I've been spun all my life, so my gateways are they flood, and um, I'm an energy vampire. So basically, being around certain energies gets me extremely intense. And the placebo effect is a proven medical science misnomer, which basically means that if you believe, you will. A better, older definition might be believing in Jesus Christ, healing the blind, the sick, the dumb, the starving, etc. All stood up and walked and talked and had their bellies full, and it was strictly in the concept of belief. And his ability was above and beyond and irrelevant to the very basic fact that people believed in what he said, and therefore they were healed. And just to explain the placebo effect in a more spiritual, ghost and goblins and mythological sort of way. Scientifically, your brain is a computer, and it logically tries to analyze what makes sense. And when you're told that this is going to work and do something for you, then your brain just automatically defines that as such, which means yes, it's going to work and it's doing what it's supposed to. Whether or not that's made up is irrelevant, and therefore you can get high in the exact same sort of way, or disoriented, and or people die in their sleep because they have a dream where they jump off a cliff. I don't know what the statistics are on that, but either way they get emotionally traumatized. Um, you know, um, Direct communication is a serious belief of plant energy that incorporates basically religious belief, if you will. And when you get a calling or a belief of something, you just do it. And people say that the voices told them or God told them to do a certain thing, and other people think that's just atrocious or unbelievable. But for that person, it makes sense. And the bioassist is in nature the same way, and you get a calling and you do things. And when you are in the wild or in the nature, in the natural environment, all animals, all insects, all birds, grass, leaves, trees, bushes, rock speak to you in a way that makes sense, and you look at things from a different perspective. And I honestly believe that plants speak to each other and to all life forms, and ultimately in energy, a scientific explanation could explain this, that a magnetic, energetic energy, which is called a synergy, which is called mimicry, which is called allies. These are all different terms to explain why certain things look like each other, why they act like something that will make something familiar with something else. And you'll see bees that or bugs that pollinate certain plants, and they actually look like that plant, or vice versa. Um, Animals have certain colorations that are only specific for the particular sex. Can you imagine in male and female, if all males were one particular color and all females were another particular color? But that's how it is in the animal world or in the plant world. They're specifically built genome specific for their race and their sexual or diverse specific, so they can attract in a, not in a vanity world, but in a specific natural scientific, to populate, to breed. It's very important for survival. And you know the point to all that is that I know what the hell I'm doing, and if I don't, I still have a lot more education than the next idiot, and there's you could never know enough, but at the very least know what taste, sight, smell. Use your 8 or 9 senses. Don't use the 1 or 2 or the 12 cents in your pocket. You know, taste, smell, experience, history. Um, you know, that whole black and purple bullshit, that was just a joke. That means really fucking nothing. If that was purple, that wouldn't mean anything to me. That you could have liquefied, you know, organs in a matter of hours. Um, when you're gonna bioassay, tomorrow, I'll pick the same mushroom and I'll eat twice as much. Maybe the next day I'll eat twice as much. Maybe I'll die. Um, you know, mycologist might be able to look at this mushroom and obviously point out, oh my gosh, you know, this is 12 gills to the left, and the coloration at 3 o'clock is, you know, 1 plus 3. And that means something, you know, in the smart world. But, you know, it doesn't in my witch world. You know, I have direct communication, and it's just the way it is. And there's just no other way. The science that kills people every single day, the FDA kills people every single day. Every single day. People die. So, you know, when you're going to bioassay poison, arsenic, grain weight, by the way, that's where the last vid dropped off. Arsenic is a deadly poison, as most people have probably heard of. Or is it? I mean, mushrooms are a deadly poison. And magic mushrooms, for instance, people like those to get high, whatever. That's a poison. You're fucked up, okay? You know, ooh, my eyes are goggly, I can't see straight. Yeah, that's because you're losing eyesight, you know? It's not necessarily a good thing. You got visions, you know, you're fucked up, you know, on poison. Now, some poisons might be better than other poisons, you know, and so I guess there's a lot of argument right on that particular note, you know. If you might be able to live through ingesting a certain poison, if you can live through eating certain molds, if there's somehow proven medical benefit after living through it that you are now able to experience and relive that experience in some proven medical way, then I guess so. If all you can say is, yeah, fucked up, woo, yeah, well, you know, I think you can live through a lot of deadly stuff, and car wrecks and jumping off of cliffs, people fall from buildings, they don't, you know, call that fun, and they live through it, and it's unbelievable, and it's proven fact, and it's not, you know, something that you'd want to, you know, bottle up and sell or eat or ingest or whatever, dude, you know, so, maybe I didn't say that right, you know, but yeah, just because you're fucked up doesn't mean you're going to have a good time, and or that, you know, you should try to do that ever. Yeah, you know, moderation, you know, try things in very, very small amounts. The Himalayan hikers was what I was going to say. Ingest partial grain of arsenic. Okay, it's a granule. It's such a powerful poison that it's in a grain weight, and they'll do a quarter grain, a half a grain, to 3/4 of a grain to a grain. They work their way up. Okay, it increases the airflow in their bodies. Not trying to say you should go out and get some arsenic. You know, more power to you if you can make it. But just know that all poisons are deadly, and all poisons are used for medicinal purposes, and they're created in laboratories by scientists that are able to accurately weigh these things out and accurately judge what is accurate. Bioassay is for fools, and they're shipfuls of fools. So never trust a prankster. Out.